And I'm Lara. When you walked outside today, you definitely needed a pair of sunglasses. Will the gorgeous sunshine stick around for the weekend? I'll tell you that and more in today's weather forecast. UI7 News starts right now. Soon, Penn will be walking into Assembly Hall as an alumni and not a player. So what's next? Well, hopefully some more basketball. One of the companies affected is Game Day Spirit, which has been on the 6th and Green corner for almost 20 years now. They'll be moving during construction, but they'll be back. Steinberg doesn't just put her students into poses such as this one, called the Marichiasana. She changes lives through her teaching. Whether students buy their unofficial t-shirts from campus locations such as this one, or go online and get them from a friend, there's certainly profits to be made. The friendly nature of the reindeer here at Hardy's Reindeer Ranch is clearly what attracts so many people here during Christmas time. But some, like Daisy over here, have a little bit more trouble warming up. Competing in the National Invitation Tournament is how senior Charisma Penn will end her Illinois basketball career. The forward says her 4 years on the Assembly Hall court have felt more like 6, and she's done a lot of maturing over that time.
I think I've grown a lot. I came in as a freshman thinking I was much more mature than I was, so just definitely taking some bumps and bruises personally to get me to where I am today.
Head coach Matt Bullant says based on Penn's stats, she's one of the top 5 players in the country, and her passion and intensity are an added bonus. But what he's enjoyed the most about coaching her this past year has nothing to do with numbers.
What I've been loved is just seeing her grow. You know, I feel like she was probably a little bit guarded, us coming in, and it took her a while to just kind of open up and give us her heart. So it's been neat to see her give us her heart and be less guarded.
Soon, Penn will be walking into Assembly Hall as an alumni and not a player. So what's next? Well, hopefully some more basketball.
Hopefully I play professionally. We're crossing my fingers. Graduation's in May, 7 more weeks, so I'm excited.
Crossing your fingers may not be necessary. Coach Bullant says Penn's athleticism and leadership should take her to the next level.
She definitely will have a chance to play. No question she'll be able to go overseas and do very well there. You know, WNBA would be interesting to see. She's definitely should get drafted, should get a tryout.
But for now, Penn's focus is on helping her squad to another W in the NIT, tonight in Toledo. In Champaign, I'm Lara, UI7 News. Lois Steinberg has been doing this for over 35 years now. No, not the headstand she's in, but rather practicing and teaching Iyengar yoga, which focuses on self-awareness and attention to the subtleties of body, breath, and mind. The Yoga Institute director says her passion for yoga started while watching an instructor, Lilius, on TV when she was just 14.
I wanted to be able to do the splits, and so I just started watching her, and I never stopped practicing ever since. I just rolled out of bed the next day and started doing it for the rest of my life.
Every year, Steinberg studies in India under BKS Iyengar himself for at least 2 months.
That felt good.
Has yoga changed her life?
Well, it's become my life. It gave me a focus no matter what. I get on my mat every day, no matter what.
Steinberg doesn't just put her students into poses such as this one, called the Marichiasana. She changes lives through her teaching. Q. Barb Bear, who has been learning under Steinberg for exactly 20 years now. She says her instructor has given her much more than a healthier body.
She's made a huge impact on my life because she's such a passionate yoga teacher and she really has deep knowledge of yoga. So studying with her over all these years has really helped me to acquire a deeper knowledge of yoga and practice of yoga. So she's a wonderful teacher.
Another longtime student, Jerry Chirpin, agrees. He moved to Urbana to study under Steinberg because of medical issues.
When I met Lois, I learned that she knew how to help me through yoga with the medical issues, and at some point I decided I had to move here so I could be exposed to that every day.
His medical issues have improved from her guidance, a product of more than just her extensive knowledge.
She has a big heart, she has a lot of kindness in her, and I think that shows in class and outside of class too.
In Urbana, Lara, UI7 News. Soon, the corner of 6th and Green Street will be home to a 14-story high-rise apartment complex. Bankier property manager Margie Coulter says they've had plans to build there for a while now.
We had purchased those properties about 4.5 years ago, and I think that when they purchased it with the intent to always develop or do something with that corner because it is a great corner.
A corner that will look a lot different on the June 1st demolition day, when Hairbenders, Berry, and Game Day Spirit are all demolished. Just yesterday, the builders sent out emails to set dates for utility disconnections. Coulter isn't sure of Hairbender's plan, but Barry has found a new permanent location on Green. One of the companies affected is Game Day Spirit, which has been on the 6th and Green corner for almost 20 years now. They'll be moving during construction, but they'll be back. Knowing Game Day will return to its original location has put store manager Corey Schumart at ease, but that's not to say preparations have been easy.
It's a lot to try to get done here. What are we down to, like 4 or 5 weeks now, I think, that it will actually be open for business. So we have to be off this corner by the end of May. So hence why you see all our clearance signs up.
You can see their original location from the door of their temporary building, just a block away. Schumart stresses just how vital it was for the company to stay on Green despite the major downsize.
It'll be fun that we kind of get a front row seat to the redevelopment here. So it was important for us to still maintain some sort of Green Street presence and to kind of control that message a little bit.
Construction of the high-rise is set to take 14 months. Bankier hopes to be leasing out the 2-bedroom apartments by fall 2014. In Champaign, Lara, UI7 News. Certainly warming up in the Champaign-Urbana area, but you can expect to see some changes in the sky towards the end of the weekend. I'll tell you about that later in the segment, but for now let's take a look at local temperatures. 55 is the lucky number in central Illinois. That's what we're sitting at here in Champaign-Urbana, and the same thing over in Decatur. It's just a tad bit warmer over in Jacksonville at 58 degrees. Taking a look at the Midwest, over in Omaha at 60 degrees and 62 in Des Moines. Those are the warmer temperatures that'll be rolling in as we enter the weekend. Now looking at the national forecast, in Tempe, Arizona, they're at 83 degrees, and our women's track and field team is out there enjoying that weather. Down in Miami, they're at 83 degrees as well, but don't let that fool you. They are getting a lot of rain. Let's take a look at that system on our satellite radar. As you can tell, there is a whole lot going on. There's a system moving over the Carolinas, and the system sitting above Florida is dropping a whole lot of rain on them. It's the same story over on the other side of the country. This system over Washington, Seattle area is what's going to be rolling over us at the start of next week and dropping some rain on us as well. Now moving on to tonight's forecast, you'll have clear skies for some stargazing, a low of 35 degrees, and light winds. Tomorrow it's going to be 57 degrees, sunny all day, so definitely enjoy that and go outside, 10 miles per hour winds. And looking at your 5-day forecast, Saturday is going to be absolutely gorgeous, 67 degrees. Definitely get outside and enjoy some outdoor activities. And on Sunday, you'll see those clouds start rolling in. Monday, we have a 40% chance of a thunderstorm. And on Tuesday, that rain is going to linger, high of 64, low of 52. Some former Illini football players are anxiously awaiting the start of tonight's 2013 NFL Draft. The recruiting event at Radio City Music Hall in New York City starts in less than an hour. Illinois is shaking up its century-old homecoming tradition this year. The Fighting Illini will face the Washington Huskies at the historic Soldier Field on September 14th. The game is being called a Chicago Homecoming. The Illinois men's golf team is shooting for their 5th straight Big Ten title. The 3-day tournament tees off tomorrow at Pete Dye Course in French Lick, Indiana. This will be junior Thomas Peters' last Big Ten tournament, as he announced he'll be going pro after this season. The Illinois softball team is hosting its first annual Fighting Illini Invitational this weekend. It'll be the first ever non-conference invite at Eichelberger Field. Illinois sits right in front of Northwestern in Big Ten standings, with the Illini in 7th place at 6-6 and the Wildcats in 8th at 6-9. Illinois basketball fans can rest easy for now. The Fighting Illini came out on top today against Minnesota in Game 1 of the Big Ten tournament. Becoming student body president is an accomplishment already, but one student is receiving more attention than usual for the feat. Here's UI7's Rick Cox with more. Simon met with the Education Committee on Wednesday to talk about her new report, Game Changers. It highlights the problems she found when touring Illinois universities last year. And after the break, you're not going to believe what you're about to see with these cars. Tune in to watch the end of this video. The Illinois Marathon Committee will be making changes following the recent events in Boston. Unofficial is also a busy time for t-shirt vendors on campus and even some students who have found a way to profit from the all-day drinking event. One area organization is giving students an option to be green during the upcoming move-out season. UI7's Nora Johnson has the story.